guys, Cassandra here. Just checking out my new app on Station. Appears that it's only for iPhone. However, we are still in the experimentation process. Right now, I know I had to sign up for Spotify Premium in order to play whatever I wanted, but now that helps so much as far as licensing fees. I'm actually paying to play this stuff. So fine, I will pay that price for you, my listeners, my followers, my my peeps, man. I just gotta give a big shout out to everybody that's in the music industry that's trying to do it and trying to make their way. That's what this show's about. So I would like to go ahead and just explain how we do this. This is the video log. So as a video log, I try to capture what I'm doing in regards to how I'm building this radio station from the bottom up with no idea what I'm doing. And so I'm actually a couple videos behind. I need to update you guys on a couple vlogs. So I got to get those uploaded to YouTube before I even upload this one. So this is officially another hour-long show. We're going to do an hour-long video. And I upload that to YouTube. So we will be playing this song that's playing right now at the intro, but after the radio show actually begins, which is about to start now. So there was some research done, and homegrown radio was taken, and I didn't want to get sued, and so I thought I would call it Alotta Music Talk Radio. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. A lot of music talk radio. Is now the new show name. So, cool. You get to watch it as a baby. Now, the very first one that I did was successful, and it was a successful upload to SoundCloud. I want to get at least 3 weeks in advance, kind of ahead of, as far as when I do my pre-recorded shows, I want them to be in advance, like way in advance, so that if I have a day off from doing a live show, I'll be able to have something to come back. And if I want to take a day off, maybe I want to take a day off. So we'll start promoting this show after I've got 3 full-length radio shows in, and then we'll just go from there. So welcome. Right now, this is a spoiler. We will be playing some Troy here in a little bit, but at this moment, I've got one little update I'm going to try to do at the same time that I'm doing this show. So when this song ends, we will begin the actual radio show. So we'll do it live from both channels here. So let's go back on live. All right, I am on. It said 3, 2, 1. All right. This is Troy, by the way, and we'll be playing this song later as well. Wait, no, did I play that? I played that the last show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last one we did Gallows by Troy. Ah, but we only did the first take, so we didn't. All right. That's a great one to start us off with. The band, The Reality of Yourself, really is what changed my life. As a band, they directed me into what path I wanted to take. And booking, I tried to book them, and it was really difficult. Like, I just wanted to book them in Little Rock. I just wanted this band that played Rocklahoma to come play. So here, there is no countdown. I get no countdown. I have absolutely no idea when the show begins or ends. So luckily, I know the song. Oh, and guess what? I was not muted. So everybody got to listen to this whole All right. That's cool. All right, that was The Reality of Yourself. Those guys are out of Springfield, Missouri. I call them Troy, though. It is The Reality of Yourself, and that song is called The Gallows. Now, bear with me while I try to figure out how to make oh, there we go, voice only. So there. This is too friendly of an app. I'm used to working a soundboard that has multiple faders, and you gotta worry, you sometimes you gotta hit it just right to make it work because it's so old. But all right, now I am doing a podcast, vlog, and radio show right now all at the same time. So you guys, I wanted to say, anybody that's following along, thank you for listening. Right now, what we are doing is kind of an experimental run on all of my stations that I'm working on right now. And this show particularly is called Alotta Music Talk Radio. So let's take a moment now to get the show started. All right, guys, Cassandra here. You are listening to Alotta Music Talk Radio. And right now, I just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in. This is Alotta's very first music talk radio show. And so join me in celebrating our very first day so that a year from now, you can also join me in celebrating our happy 1 year. So, all right, let's get started then. And what I have for you guys is a band that I have been following since day one. They've worked with me, they've been on my side kind of since the beginning. And this band is, we're going to call them the Elusive Illusionaut. This song is called Telltale, and it is one of my, well, this band in general is just one of my favorite bands in the whole wide world. Illusionaut, and I go way back to when they were, actually, I think Automatic was the second album that they did. They had a first one, um, and Autumn, Autumn, and then Attic, Attic, is so clever, and our relationship is so special that I think I want to make a automatic tribute band. Who's with me? Anybody? Anybody know you've never heard of him? What do you mean you've never heard of him? It's the lead singer from Lucky Bella Tattoo. Okay, I mean, he's the main guy there. Nobody, what? Well, if you don't know them yet, you will, and that's the great thing about these guys is they have literally been with me since I graduated college at audio music school. So, all right, I want to play for you some Illusionaut. This song is called Tell. Okay, so I'll have to remember that this is going to be different than what I play on you or for you. So at 10 minutes, we're going to start the other actual show. I'm actually going to end this station now and just let it play. So now we get to start the radio show where I get right up in your face. I'm 9 minutes and 40 in. So now this is a totally different show. That was fun. All right. I'm going to pause this for a minute and I'll be right back when we get started. Hey guys, Cassandra here. I just wanted to say happy first day to our baby radio station. Alotta Music Talk Radio is oh, oops, I muffed that up. All right, let's try this again. Hey guys, Cassandra here with a new show for you coming up. This is the next hour of a lot of music talk radio. Uh, in the event that we were trying to be experimental, we were also trying to be unique. And the previous show had a different name, and since it's already been used, and I don't want to get sued. I figured then we will go ahead and just go with the most simple name I could possibly think of. And since I'm from Little Rock, which out of Little Rock comes a lot of rock and a lot of music talk radio, which is how I got the name. So, in case you were wondering, that is it. I did my research, and that name is not taken for once. Out of all the other names that I could think of, that one was not taken. So that is our show. That way we can broadcast anywhere and not have to worry about getting sued. All right. Next up, though, what I want to go over is the breakdown of the show, what its purpose is, and how we get through an hour long conversation of me just talking to myself. And I only do that with the help of music. Since this is a lot of music talk radio, I have a lot of music for you. Uh, but we only typically play about 5 or 6 songs within that hour, and general discussion about how everything works, and why we're doing it that way. And then we'll close it out with a song and call it a night. So that is a lot of music talk radio, and this is our first night, baby night. And I'm still a little stumbling, fumbling, uh, I'm trumbling, crumbling, I'm bumbling. That's what I do. I can do this for a whole hour straight. Could you imagine? But no, we're not going to do that to you. And now, what I would like to say is that this show is also still part of my air check. I know that I probably shouldn't mention that. But I'm not going to start promoting the show until I'm a few in, a few deep. So I still feel like it's kind of like off or not, or I feel like I'm talking to myself. So it's really weird. But I'm learning. And the more I do it, the better off I'll be by the time I actually start promoting. So that's the point of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And so, on that note, let us begin. A lot of music talk radio was created so that we could provide an interface for the bands that are trying to get heard and trying to be heard, and an outlet or a transducer for the people wanting to hear new music. And we promote the local scene, whether that local scene is local to where I'm at, it is just local to what you're seeing and listening to right now. A lot of bands want to come through the area and they can't get any exposure, they can't really find new fans out there because they're not being played on FM stations. They're not being played on podcasts or YouTubes. There are plenty of internet radio shows. I've found tons and tons and tons of those. And this one's a little different. And this one still rests on the vlog, which goes up on YouTube with Homegrown Radio Show. And then we have the podcast, which is still in the works. It is working, but it doesn't work that well. It's kind of annoying, really. But I need to start scheduling exactly when these things are going to air, when you can find me on YouTube, Brandy, when you can find me live on Facebook when you can, know when to look for my uploaded link. So all that's coming very soon. Right now, we're just focusing on testing the equipment, seeing what works and what doesn't work. So on that note, as I've said before, that was my favorite quote. On that note, and stay tuned in. Stay tuned. All right. Jessica 7, y'all. Let's talk about local bands. Local band around here known as Jessica 7. He does a lot of his recordings from home. This is definitely, the quality and the sound that we are really that concerned about is, I mean, if I start getting complaints that it doesn't sound good on the radio, then I guess we'll stop doing it. But until then, what better way to be heard than finding somebody like me to play the music for somebody like you who likes to listen to it? So here we go. This song is called Dead. And now, before we get started, I know I didn't want to make this a really heavy rock show. It just kind of became one because the people I know submit the music to me. So, and that's also kind of, where a lot of my friends are, even though my roots are out of Nashville, a lot of my friends are still doing rock. I myself am a bassist. I actually played in more blues bands than I've played in anything else. But as a blues bassist, I'm in love with the funk. I love funk. I love bass. I love making the bass slap. And so this one's for you. Shout out to our local guys, Jessica 7 out of Conway, Arkansas, or Hot Springs, one of the two. I know them from both places. So there you go. This song is called Dead on Alotta Music Talk Radio. All right, guys, that was Jessica 7 with Dead. Now, there was actually a band that I skipped earlier in this segment in the previous show. I believe I introduced the song and I think we played it, but it didn't play all the way through and it didn't sound right. So we're going to try that again. I'm not going to leave anybody out. This is my buddy Scoob from Spiderweb Mind. Spiderweb Mind is out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. So Scooby and we started this radio show project together way back when, and he started Delta Dwellers Music Collection. And the Delta Dwellers Music Collective is similar to what I'm doing here, just playing a lot of the local music. So we do have other radio stations out there that we promote and support. We are not, definitely not competing. Everybody wants the exposure and everybody wants to be heard. And this one goes out to my buddy and Spiderweb Mind. This song is called Unrequited. We're going to play it for you this time, Scooby. All right, Spiderweb Mind. Way to go. I know that's a buddy of mine, and that's kind of what this show was built on, was my connections of musicians. I have a very large collection of musician friends, and right now it's all about helping them get the exposure that they want. All right, that was Spiderweb Mind. I'm gonna have to edit this part out just because I forgot to turn off the notifications. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Take two. All right, guys. That was Spiderweb Mind, a buddy of mine out of Pine Bluff. And again, that's what the show was kind of built on, was helping the local musicians get heard. And then when I realized that the majority of my contacts or my connections were all over the United States, then I had to kind of open up what I called local. And so to me, local is really just your up and coming artists. So those will be who we feature on this show. Today's topic is going to be Rocklahoma. I'm getting kind of through these first few bands here just because I promised them I would play them on this show this time around. These guys are out of Lafayette, Louisiana, and that is Synthetic Messiah, S-I-N, Synthetic Messiah. I love these guys. I'm trying to make this as multi-genre style radio station as possible, and I know with my limited music and my experience, it only goes so far. So this is one of those bands that I've been following for a really, really, really long time, and I haven't heard them on anything ever. As far as mainstream, you won't find this kind of music, and that's what I think makes this show what it is. So coming up is Synthetic Messiah. The song is called Heroes. Hey guys, Cassandra here. And again, this is Alotta Music Talk Radio. Thank you for joining in. All right, let's get on to the main topic, the main story I want to talk about, and that is Rocklahoma. Rocklahoma is coming up on, let's see, May 24th through the 26th in Pryor, Oklahoma. For me, that's a 4-hour drive, so if you're in Little Rock and you're able to listen to this, it would definitely be worth it. May 24th to 26th, Pryor, Oklahoma. That's everybody like Corn, Shinedown, Disturbed, Seether, Bush will be there. Let's see. In this moment, Steel Panther, they are hilarious. Jackal, Asking Alexandria, and Tech Nine, love those guys. Blackberry Smoke, Buck Cherry, Pop Evil, Seven Dust, Blackstone Cherry, Guar. You can't even say it. You have to say it like this. Guar. Corrosion of Conformity, Hatebreed, New Year's Day, Bad Wolves, and many, many, many more. And a lot of those are my friends. We've got Mudflex. They're going to be playing, and they play with First Strike. We'll be playing some First Strike here later. Just for the moment now, I just kind of wanted to talk about how in the world this even works. I know you basically go get general admission, or you can get a campsite with it. And could you imagine being there for 3 days? Yeah, I think if you're going to do it, you should do it like that. Uh, but here's a band coming up that is out of Springfield, Missouri that I briefly mentioned in the first one. I did not get around to playing them. Um, this band is called The Reality of Yourself. I call them Troy, but they are friends of mine that started wanting to come to Little Rock, and so that's when I first began trying to book bands. I didn't realize how difficult that really is. No easy task, that's for sure. So, what I have for you guys is A Reckoning. And this is by The Reality of Yourself, or Troy. Love those guys. Shout out to you. And this is one of my favorite all time songs. Still totally different than Synthetic Messiah. I'll give them that. But they definitely are stage worthy to be playing with all the other great artists at Rocklahoma. I don't think they're going to be making it this year, but they have been featured many times, and that's why I'd like to go ahead and play some of them for you now. All right, check out Troy, Reckoning. All right, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. My name is Cassandra. This is a lot of music talk radio. One of the things that we are focused on is doing the local show, playing local music, getting the music out there, and just trying to be heard. Just trying to, everybody's fighting for the recognition. Everybody wants to be a part of what we're doing. And so I've got much, much more music to present for you coming right up. But first, what we have is a band that is playing Rocklahoma, sent to me by my buddy that is the drummer there, and his name is Mike A. DePetrio, but they just call him Mike D. Now I understand why. But yeah, he is the drummer for First Strike and Driver, so he will be playing the main stage twice this year. And Rocklahoma has assorted stages. I know I'll be presenting more artists as we go along that'll be on other stages as well. It's not just the main stage, like with Shinedown, which First Strike and Driver will be opening up for them. So, way to go. Well, I don't know what day they fall on. I wonder. Let's check. While I've got you guys here, let's check the lineup and see who all is playing. Let's see, we got Thursday night is when it begins. And Thursday night, you'll see Driver and Mudflux there, opening up for Buck Cherry Popule and Shinedown. Oh my God, I love Shinedown. And then Saturday, we have Zen Hipster, which I have some of their music. Solidify, which are some friends of mine. They are opening up for like Hatebreed, Seven Dust, Corn. And then Sunday is Disturbed and Bush. And those guys, amongst others, will be taking the stage with First Strike. First Strike was sent me some high quality music that I will be playing for you. That's a little heavier than we typically do on this show, but I think it'll be fine. First Strike has one of their songs really makes me want to, I don't know, start a revolution. Okay, so I think that's why I'm playing this for you guys. I want to welcome you to the revolution, or in other words, this is First Strike, and this song is called Welcome to the Revolution. All right, check them out. That was First Strike. My buddy Mike D on the drums. What's up, guys? I want to give a shout out to Mike D. He has really helped me out through a couple tough times where I needed to book a band like ASAP, and he always came through. Driver did come to Little Rock, and I guess how the show went down is it was Craig playing by himself, Craig Anthony, and then the usual suspects, and then Driver. And I got a lot of scaff, I guess, from putting a cover band right before a main act. And what I was trying to do was an experiment to see if I couldn't pull the same crowd. I mean, why not? It was supposed to actually be a karaoke contest too, but they actually declined um, my efforts to make this one large show. So we ended up making it a pretty small show, but Driver came in with all their stuff, came all the way, made a little bit of extra cash, probably covered their gas here and back. But again, thank you guys for pulling me out of a tight spot there. All right, and that's why I want to play this last one for you. These guys are just some of the nicest, coolest people you'll ever meet on the planet, and they put on a great show. So good luck Saturday. This one is called B, and this is Driver. Check me out. All right, guys, thanks for joining in. I just wanted to say much love, one love. That's always been kind of a hashtag one love. It's always been my slogan, home team homegrown, and I'd also like to thank and that I'd definitely like to give a shout out to my sponsors, which is Audio Caves Underground Sounds. They If we make it to 88.3 FM, that is definitely going to be what they're sponsoring and hopefully getting this show out to the FM airwaves. So I try to listen to every song and make sure that they don't curse in them. I'm sure I'm gonna slip up though and miss one of these days and get fined and lose my job, but That's why this is a lot of talk radio, a lot of music talk radio here, because I really don't want to, get in trouble. That's all I'm trying to avoid, really. I just want to have a radio show without all the tape, the red tape, the black tape, the duct tape, enough tape. All right. So, again, guys, thanks for joining in. I really hope that you enjoyed this segment. For those out there in YouTube land, I know this is only going to air into about 30 minutes worth of video, but I have so much more to upload too. There'll be other video logs as I continue to track my efforts, my continuous efforts. They are definitely uh, supported by the local scene and the local musicians. So thank you for your support too, guys. All right. Stay tuned for the next show that'll be coming up. We'll be revisiting a little bit more Rocklahoma and some other bands. Until then, stay tuned in. Good night.